Welcome to the very first episode of High on Knowledge.
Yes, welcome.
I am Chanel
And I'm Marushka.
and we will be your co-hosts for this podcast.
Well, it's a place to get high on knowledge. We're going to cover many topics about many different things. We're going to be covering three main categories. So we're going to be covering entrepreneurship, particularly in South Africa, and what that journey looks like, how you can start your own business. We're going to be looking at cannabis topics because we found a lot of misinformation in the cannabis field, and we are experts in cannabis.
Marushka and I are both completing our PhDs at the moment. We've both done it on cannabis.
Yeah.
Now we're moving into a new phase of our lives, and it's just, yeah. Oh.
It is. So after the cannabis, we're also going to be covering some science and engineering topics. So other third person, Erin, she is very knowledgeable about many engineering things, and we are knowledgeable about biology things.
How did Marushka and I meet each other? And how did we meet our third business partner, Erin, our chemical engineer? Marushka, can you start us off in 2022?
So I was assigned, well, I could have either carried on with my master's project, which, ew. Yeah, so then I had a chance to do a cannabis project. Basically, our supervisor put us together.
And I was recently starting with my master's, and Erin with her master's in chemical engineer.
We were just all three part of a project, and we're like, all right, well, let's do this.
And that's how we met each other. But since then, it has been quite the journey.
Yes, it has been quite the journey.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can speak about all of it. Well, we've been through, the university. That's been quite a wild ride.
Went to a field trip in Lesotho, and we went to one of the biggest cannabis, a pharmaceutical company, the biggest in Lesotho.
Like cultivate.
They did cultivation, they did product manufacture, medicinal cannabis.
Yeah.
And all of our projects together
Everything's legal.
But with our projects, we were also going to be working on cannabis. And the three of us, we literally just connected.
Yeah. It was just vibes.
It was literally just vibes. But I feel like the moment that I was like this is right, was when we drove up the mountain to this lookout point. But it was the most beautiful river, this cliff going down in Lesotho. It was gorgeous. And I remember sitting there with a picnic blanket with our professor, and
Where was it?
and I don't know where it was.
Mohale.
Oh yeah,
Mohale Dam in Lesotho. Oh,
that's exactly where we were.
that viewpoint when you're just driving out there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We were just sitting there looking at this beautiful view. Everyone was just quiet, and all of a sudden, there are these eagles that fly down, and they literally whoosh in front of us, and we all experienced it.
No, that was amazing. These three eagles, and
It was
just
pretty,
it's just vibing.
We went there with our professor.
Yeah, and the head of this company.
I mean, after that Lesotho trip, I remember we were in the car with the pharmacist and our professor, and she turns around in her seat and she's like, "So when am I getting the business proposal?" That's where our, I would say, entrepreneurial journey started, was when we applied for GAP.
So we started innovating some products and winning some, well, not winning, but
Almost
winning, basically winning. Well, we got to some pretty final stages of.
we were semi-finalists. No, we were
finalists and semi-finalists for quite some
South African business
accelerator programs.
Yes, yeah. We all definitely share passion for
Yeah.
it. Then we applied for it. We had to think of a business plan, an idea, everything. And we were like, there's no way that we're going to get in because we didn't have a prototype. And
It's normally a requirement to have that prototype.
then all of a sudden we get this email and it's like, congratulations.
Yeah.
Finalists for GAP
Finalists.
competition. That was
So we went
awesome.
through this whole training process and induction process on how to run a company, how to value a company, how to do all of these entrepreneurial things.
Yeah.
By the University of Georgia.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it was them.
And I think that was what really pushed us to just really thinking about all this.
Yeah.
Being is this gonna work? Is it not gonna work? What do we have to think about? And getting hands-on help with it.
Also, like they understand the struggles. Like being in a biology field, you can't just go and do stuff.
Yeah.
You have to have GMP lab. You need to have specific requirements. You can't just go and innovate things. And
Yeah.
there needs to be so many contracts in place, partnerships in place. So, which is stuff we're going to actually cover here. So, how
For
can
sure.
you actually take a product that you've innovated in university or out of university while you're in university, and how to bring that to market, and how to actually get through all those processes and hoops.
Yeah. We went through it so that you don't have to.
Yeah.
Basically. Like we actively struggled with like a lot of things, and we're still struggling with a lot of things. There's still
Yeah.
so much we need to figure out in the business world. But it just made us realize that there's a serious need for just like
For a community in this field, in this space, and
we just want to be able to help people that want to go through the same thing we did, like starting your own business and trying different things. And I mean, even just studying till the point that we have.
Yeah.
I mean, we would love to hear from you, like any comments or questions that you might have, specific people you'd like us to reach out to and have on the podcast, invite business owners on, so that they can share their journey and also just give advice, take us through some practical tips of how to register at SARS. How to like get an email address for your company. Like, we're going down to the basics.
yeah, comment down below and let us know what you want us to cover, any topics that you have in particular. We can help with a range of things, particularly biology, chemical engineering, cannabis, any entrepreneurial thing.
Thank you so much for tuning into the very first podcast. We are so excited for this to be launching finally. And yeah, I mean, you're going to hear so many more stories from us about what we've been through when we invite other people on. So yeah, we just want to say thank you so much for watching.
We've got an exciting guest coming on our podcast. Ooh, his name is Katlego, and he wrote the book, Your Master Book. It'll be all about entrepreneurship and his journey, and he's actually got a play taking place at the theatre